This year, our last frost day is the first week of April, so that means we need to start seeds now. So today we're starting seeds, we're showing you what seeds we're starting, we're getting our seed trays ready, and we need to start seeds today. And how many bell peppers do we have left from last year? And today is the start of our 10th year of growing food in North Carolina. The only thing we got growing right now is this garlic, and the garlic is popping. Birdies! Good morning, birdies! Ah, yes, the sounds of all your animals screaming at you first thing in the morning. It makes you feel loved, it really does. Last week, we were sledding on about a foot of snow. This week, we are starting our first round of seeds to grow in our garden this year. I sense that this season of growing food is gonna be a doozy.
Hey, sheep.
Because we did not have these sheep last year.
Hey, sheep.
And that just adds to it. Adds to the chores. Adds to the blessing of being busy. First, we need to water everything down. Just a little bit because it's super dusty in here from the chickens. And it's going to help us breathe in here as we start cleaning this greenhouse and getting it ready to plant some food. Alright, so we had the egg layers in here for about a month. And this is what they did. Let's see if they destroyed it. Bernice and the crew, they just had a big old party. There's like beer bottles everywhere. We put in landscape fabric last year at this time. And I was a little concerned of putting them in here because of the landscape fabric. And didn't want them to just destroy it. But it looks really good. I think they weren't in here that long. We really like the landscape fabric. It helps us with our weeds, helps on labor. We have a lot of cleaning up to do before we start planting in here. Our egg layers are more destructive than our pigs. And then when you don't add wood chips, it gets really dusty in here. So we had to open it all up to try to get all this dust out. These are old tomatoes, remnants of a garden's past. So at least we could reuse these clip art clips. These are great for trellising tomatoes. We started doing this a couple years ago. They work good. But because of the landscape fabric, you could just sweep up everything, which makes it pretty easy. It's funny how the chickens will just rip these apart. My drip line systems. The first step of starting seeds is we need to clean out our seed trays. I don't get super crazy with this. Really, I just squirt it with water and let the sun sanitize them. So we stopped buying the cheapy seed starting trays, you know, the crinkly ones that crack easily, and started buying a little bit more heavy duty ones. And we sell these on our website now, guys. Yeah, you could find gardening stuff and tools on our website. I'll put the link down below, and also the seeds that we're starting today. I'll put that link down below on where you can purchase those as well. We still have our sled out. Last week we were sledding in the snow. This week we're planting, yay! So for the soil, we like using Fox Farm soil. They come in bags. Usually you have to find these at a specialty garden center. They don't just have them anywhere, but I have found them on Amazon. They're a little bit more expensive on Amazon though. We are in Zone 7B, Western North Carolina. What are we planting right now, Lorraine? Our first planting of the year.
Okay, so for the month of February, because we're starting seeds indoors, and we also have a greenhouse or a high tunnel, so this is how we're doing it. We've got kale, lettuce, Swiss chard, broccoli, cabbage, bok choy, different kinds of bok choy, different kinds of lettuce, some peas, and a bunch of onions. This is what we're doing for February. So in March, we are going to maybe consider another succession of something and then start different seeds. We also have some flowers that we want to start. This is not all of them, but So Right Seeds had these really pretty ones, and when I was placing my order, I couldn't resist ordering these. So we are going to plant these, and then there are some other ones that I want to start.
You're saving those for the next succession?
The next succession or for the March seeds. So I'm giving myself 2 trays, which would be 12 plants, unless I do 2 in one pod, but we'll see.
2 years ago, we met the owners of So Right Seeds, and they gave us a package of seeds. We tried it last year, and we really love them. Like, we had great success growing from their seeds.
We are outside of Kansas City. I'm Patty. My husband Daryl and I are the owners, and we are an heirloom garden seed company. Flowers, herbs, vegetables, cover crops, microgreens, so really anything a backyard gardener would want to grow. Our website is So Right Seeds, SOW, rightseeds.com.
Yeah, like So Right Seeds, sold land.
Yep.
This is a family-owned small seed company, so we're going to be using most of their seeds this year growing in our high tunnel and our outside gardens. And early on, when we started growing our own food, we just direct seeded everything. We would plant everything all at once, and so all at once, everything was ready to harvest. And so it's best to succession plant as you go. So that way everything's not ready all at once, and it's just not as overwhelming when you could harvest as you go. We like to just mark these using these markers, and so that way we'll know what we're planting, because we'll forget. Is this all going in the high tunnel, or is it going in the raised garden beds?
These are all going in the high tunnel because we're not safe from our last frost. So, well, first, they are going in our mudroom under a light, a grow light. So we have some shelves, and then we have a grow light, and that room in the mudroom in our house is heated to the, whatever temperature we have in our house, and it's sufficient for starting seeds. And then once we feel like, I don't know, I haven't planned it out, but once we feel like they're tall enough and they're hardy enough, we'll plant them in the greenhouse. But we have a couple things to do in the greenhouse before we can even think about putting plants in there.
One thing about living in Western North Carolina is that they have these fall springs. Like right now it's in the 70s, but winter's not over. So we could still get a late snow. It still can get cold. It probably will get cold again. So you just, even though it's exciting to plant right now, you can't get too excited and go crazy and plant everything. Actually, April 1st is usually a safe zone, maybe around Mother's Day, of when we could really start planting in the gardens. This is looking so good, guys. Look at this. We were very successful growing celery last year, but the celery that we grew last year came from our friends.
Yeah, they gave us some plant starts, and they grew really, really well. This was the variety. It's the Utah variety. So we are going to try and grow them ourselves from seed. And I'm just pressing them gently into the soil. I'm not going to cover it. The seeds are so tiny. My plan with these onions is that I'm going to plant them just much like the celery, is just plant a whole bunch in one pot, and then when they sprout, I'll divide them up and transplant them. I've had success with that before in the past.
Favorite thing to grow here?
Bok choy.
Bok choy?
It's very quick. We love eating it. So
That helps.
yeah.
Cabbage is fun to grow if it produces. It's always kind of hit and miss.
Last year we did amazing with our lettuce.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of lettuce. We had more lettuce. We fed lettuce to the pigs. Like, we had so much lettuce.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're a small family. We don't need all this food.
It's hard with lettuce because you can't really preserve it.
Yeah, some for our pigs, some to barter, some to give away, and for our animals. So eventually somebody's going to eat it. 2 years ago was a year of cabbage. Last year was not at all.
Last year was the year of lettuce and peppers.
Peppers for sure.
Peppers for sure.
We still have, are we growing any peppers this year?
We don't need to because we have a lot in our freezer. And yes, we are growing peppers.
We are?
Because we have to.
We're talking about bell peppers we're talking about.
Well, and the hot peppers too.
Well, hot peppers we used because we made hot sauce out of it.
Yeah,
but the
yeah,
bell
yeah. But the
peppers
bell
we just stuck
peppers-
in our freezer. Okay, so just to show you how much bell peppers that we saved, this is all of it. Well, not all of it because we've been eating through it, of course. All last year we ate. And this is all the bell peppers that we have left so far that we grew last year. I think we don't even need to grow bell peppers this year. What do you think? We've been storing our bell peppers. We really just chop them up however you like it, putting them in a bag, container, and putting them in the freezer. That's it?
Yeah, it only took one bag.
No, 2 bags.
Oh, was it 2? Oh, okay. 2 bags, that's not too bad. We have some left over in case we want to grow some more.
This is not everything that we're growing here this year. This is just the start of it. We still have a bunch of hot peppers that we need to start seeds on, but I'll leave a link down the show notes of So Right seeds and a list of the seeds that we started today. And now we need to put our trays in the house under our grow lights. We just started using a grow light last year, this setup. It's just a simple shelf setup. Really cheap. I think it was maybe 80 bucks at Lowe's. And then I already had these are plastic shop lights. They're just simple, cheap shop lights that we just hooked up on here. They're not even really grow lights. And you think this setup worked well last year?
Oh, yes. This was like the best thing that we've ever done besides the high tunnel.
We had 2 foldable tables in here first that we were just not even using lights. We were using just the windows. And then that got old pretty quick because we were running out of space. And so then we decided to use this vertical space. And then we'll add some lights. And that does help the growth of these plants. I mean, this is our mud room, which was a converted carport. So, you know, if water gets on the ground here, you know, it's concrete. So it's not a huge deal. All these lights are daisy chained together so that way they only have one outlet down here. Just plug that in and that turns all these on. You can turn them on and off as you need them. All right, babies, you gotta grow, babies.